Where's Pablo? Hello. I'm watching. So we are ready to go.
Okay.
Well, of course, it's a warm welcome to you right here at the Abuja Center Court. We are live, and it absolutely has been lively for the last 3 weeks. It's been sensational tennis right here in the nation's capital. And what we have right here at the moment is the National Grand Slam. It doesn't get any bigger. The 46th CBN National Tennis Open comes to the fore with all players across the federation gathering to be able to compete for the ultimate prize. It is the biggest in pool, it is the biggest in prize money, participation, and what have you, including national ranking point. Ladies and gentlemen, right here at the Abuja Center Court, Packet B Emco Abiola National Stadium is the man with the golden voice, the voice of Nigeria, grand commentator at the very public, Sean CFR, my humble self, official commentator of the Nigeria Tennis Federation, and we are bringing you an exclusive interview while we are also having the women's singles finals play right here at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight down to it, but you can make sure that you get a plug in on all of our social media platforms. It is Nigeria Tennis Federation, FMYSD on YouTube, Nigeria Tennis Federation on Facebook, and you can also plug in on a National Sports Commission on YouTube and as well as on Facebook to get it on. And if you want to be on with me live at the GCFR show on all social media platforms, especially TikTok, let's get it down. But right here, right now, I am right in here with a man who have, you really wouldn't say he's been so long, but what he does is actually projecting so long of a future for Nigerian tennis. I'm talking about from Orem Tennis Academy, an academy that has made sure that Nigerian tennis future is being secured. And I'm talking to no other than the general manager of Orem Tennis Academy, Jan Richfield Dongo. Jan, JD for short.
No, but that's a good one. Thank you so much for that.
How does it feel to have Orem Tennis Academy do what they are doing right now for Nigerian tennis?
Well, I will tell you, I mean, it's still something where you have where you're trying to get to. But I will tell you, at the moment, everything looks like it goes really well. You have 2 Orem tennis players playing the men's singles.
We go get to that.
We have 2 guys playing today, and I think that's lovely. So really, and hopefully we could get closer to the goals that we've set for ourselves and also for the players, which will eventually reflect on Nigeria. You know, it's going to be huge.
Well, let's be able to get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get down to the historical survey. I mean, the Central Bank of Nigeria, a senior National Tennis Open, is the longest, of course, the most consistent, the most passionate tennis tournament in all of the country. And for a 46th edition, it tells you how committed they have been. If you want to read it back to the days of Nduka Odizo, we have so many great names that has come through these ranks of the CBN. What would you say could actually be the secret, or what would you say that the CBN has contributed to the Nigerian tennis circuit generally?
You know, I will tell you, when you hear the words a national Grand Slam, you know this is the biggest tournament. So if you notice from the guys who you've seen have won these tournaments, they eventually all do go out to play bigger international tournaments. So it's not something where you look down on a tournament of this level. I think this is the pinnacle of where you should be as a Nigerian. And then it helps push you forward into bigger things. You know, and I think that's what everybody who even wants to win this tournament is looking to. You win a tournament that has been on for about 46 years. That is huge, man. I think that's a long, I don't know how you sustain that. That is huge. So I think it's the biggest tournament you could win, Central Bank. You win that, you get more opportunities to do more. That's how I see it.
When you talk about it being huge, the points, the national ranking points are way higher than every other tournament in the country. You talk about the prize money, it's way higher. Talk about the pool. A pool of 64 in the men's draw actually came to the fore this year, and we were able to have it 32 as well in the women's singles and the women's category. But again, you want to look at what would you say it's perhaps the kind of drive that can motivate a passion as committed, as rooted, as sold out to this, to seeing that we're able to have it year in, year out. They continue to do well, CBN.
No, I think, first of all, one thing they should even be really happy with is the turnout for this tournament. You know, when you have 64-man draw, it means you're even giving a lot more people the opportunity to play and show themselves.
Absolutely.
So if you're able to guarantee this kind of turnout, I see no reason why we shouldn't be able to have this every single year. You know, it's one thing people never know when you're not like in the background is how expensive it is to run tennis. So, but even with that, I think the lives that you could touch by having things like this, the opportunities you could give to people to have this should also play.
Playing in the finals, we're talking about Emmanuel, who has come through Apapa Tennis Club all the way from Lagos. She had to be here to be able to contend, and in her first senior CBN, and she walked it straight into the finals. How amazing! We're going to touch on that. And again, you look at the older opposition. I mean, the older player, ADESUWA OsabUOHIEN, who is the highest ranked women player in Nigeria, WTA 740, all the way from Chicago, Illinois, in the United States of America. I mean, looking at all of these dynamics, looking at what we have right on the court, 5-3 in the first set, with Emmanuel having the nod, having broken the opposition. What do you see to wrap up this women's singles final?
Well, you know, there's one thing you did mention there. One thing you even need to know about Bright Emmanuel is she's a very consistent tennis player. You know, I think the game goes either way, but I will tell you, if you let her just keep on playing her game, she might have an advantage here. She's been on the circuits, ITF juniors, all of that for a really long time, and I think she's been really solid. A really good word for her would be a very patient and consistent tennis player. And as it is right now, she kind of has the nod, but then you have a very experienced ADESUWA coming through, and you know, experience in some cases always trumps even the most energetic player. So it's honestly a fantastic game to watch. I think even the way it has started, it's been really good, and I'm really just looking forward to see how it goes through.
Well, of course, we are still right here. It is still live on the Nigerian Tennis Federation YouTube page, which is Nigerian Tennis Federation FMYSD, and on the Facebook it is Nigerian Tennis Federation. Make sure you also get plugged in on YouTube as well as Facebook. National Sports Commission is the handle, and also to catch it live from me at the GCFR show on all social media platforms, including TikTok. Let's get down to the real talk right now, where everyone is talking about Orem Tennis Academy, Orem Tennis Academy, Orem Tennis Academy, because of what Orem Tennis Academy is doing at the moment. We're going to be having the men's singles finals come to the fore, and 2 sensational class acts from Orem Tennis Academy. It's going to be unfair to say congratulations first up.
No, man, I would really take that congratulations, because it's been a really long one. It's one where, you know, you watch through all the matches I've been supporting all through, but you play a final like this and you're at peace, because at the end of the day, Orem Tennis Academy wins, and it's going to be a fantastic match, because these guys they're really tough. They're really tough boys. Ikena has been on the junior circuit, only just came back in this last week, and part of his break, you have the CBN also going in. The first thing he said was, "Hey, Mr. Richfield, I need to play CBN."
He knows where the money is. He knows.
I need to play CBN. So it's lovely. You have Michael Emmanuel, Davis Cup player. This means just as much for him as it would for an Ikena. You know, everybody wants to win the National Grand Slam. And to do that here in Abuja, even though the weather is not so great, is fantastic. It's a fantastic time.
Let's get down to the reality between these 2 players. I mean, on one side, we have Davis Cup player Emmanuel Michael Akpan, who, of course, seemed to be like the top seed of the Orem Tennis Academy, I believe, or rather presume.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They call him Orem 1 here.
Orem 1. Oh, right.
He is.
So and now we are also seeing the opposition to be a young sensation who's just coming through the junior circuit all the way from Mexico. He returned just last week to come through, having moved 67th spot to 231st, right on the junior ITF ranking. And of course, for Ikena Prosper Okonkwo, the sky is only but a starting point, playing in his very first senior tournament, and he's raced this straight into the finals. I mean, how important will you say this is for both players to have it amazingly well, understanding like these 2 players played out last season's Davnoch, and it was in the second round where it was
Michael
6-2, 6-love,
Yep.
where Emmanuel Michael had to run a riot on
Yeah.
Ikenna Prosper Okonkwo. But today, Canis Abua also fell to the sword of Ikenna Prosper Okonkwo. So, what are you looking forward to today? What are you expecting today? What are you looking to see happen? Is it going to be like a repeat broadcast of the second round right at Dab Notch 2024, or are you looking to see a revenge coming through the sensation of the moment? Ikenna Prosper Okonkwo. What would you say will be the determining dichotomy?
Okay, well, you know, the truth is, I mean, for Ikenna's sake, I hope it's not 6-6 long.
He would hope so too.
I think you will see that even last year, just not even only for Michael, even Ikenna himself has grown a lot. He's played in a lot of different other type of countries, a lot of different other type of situations. He's currently at the ITF Center in Tunisia. His level has raised in the past year. I think when you go into this match, you're going to see a lot of powerful serves. You're going to see a lot of dangerous forehands. And you're going to see each player giving their best. Because even at the end of the day, give congratulations to the other man, who in this case is now one of your teammates. So it's honestly, for both players, I think they will give their blood and sweat on the court. And after the court, they'll give each other a very firm handshake.
Absolutely.
And then we'll go back home and eat some food.
We are not going nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're still right here. And the show is live at Abuja Center Court, where we are having the 46th CBN Senior Open of the National Tennis. Right here, it has been amazingness for the last 3 weeks as we've come through VEM National Open, we've come through Dublin National Open, and the climax, the National Grand Slam, the 46th CBN National Open is on the cards. The women's singles finals is on, but the men's singles finals is the conversation where we have two players coming through the same tennis academy. Orem is the name, and they will be competing for the ultimate prize now, not for Orem, but for the nation's Grand Slam. We are going to be talking about what it means for Orem to be able to fashion and churn out the next future of Nigerian tennis. Just in Harare, Zimbabwe, Jimo Joseph, aka Biscuit, just chilled everyone there in Zimbabwe.
Didn't drop his
to win the boys singles and also to win the boys doubles. That's amazing. That's amazing.
No, honestly, I will tell you, because there's so much talent in tennis. It takes a lot for you to be able to get some of these guys and key into a program. Discipline is a huge case. That's something that I believe Biscuits, Ikenna, and all of them actually do have, is discipline. Because to play on this circuit, you need to make a lot of sacrifices. You're not going to see your parents the whole year. But it helps when you're able to travel into, play these tournaments, not drop his set, and win all through a J60. That's huge.
Absolutely.
And now, in his mind, I got a text from him. His mind is to go even bigger next week. Let's hope he can take a J100. Let's hope he can go as farther than he has ever reached in a J100. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Talk about J100. Ikenna Prosper Okonkwo just won J100 boys doubles. I mean, to race up. And he made a statement earlier when I was having a word with him about Orem Tennis Academy, where he was talking about what it is. It's just go to school, play tennis, and behave. He says these are the three key things that Orem Tennis Academy teaches, or rather teach the players who actually enroll into the academy. It's about building human capacity, and it's about building them as education-wise, and also making sure that they are fantastic global tennis players. But looking at all of this, how does Orem Tennis Academy come into the play for these players? I mean, does it have to do with payment of their wages for the players? Is there accommodation? Is there kitting? Is there branding? Is there a tuition fee? What does it entail to be an Orem Tennis Academy player? Okay,
so I will tell you, because first thing you need to know is, I'm not even sure if our whole team realize how expensive tennis is. Tennis is an expensive venture.
Absolutely, Captain Tessie.
But what we hope to first of all be able to provide is a very world-class environment where these players are able to grow holistically. So it's education. You don't forget about that. It's not just about whether you can play. It's about your education. It's about how you be on court. It's about your actual conduct. And those are the things I think we try to put into these guys.
Okay.
the first real thing I will tell you is the idea was to make sure that you can give these kids, I want to call it the bare minimum. You know, it's expensive from here. It's not for more established programs that you have in the US and all. It's not as so because they already have everything you could get. You can come in. Some of these players say they don't have rackets. That's the first thing. You come in, you don't have rackets. Your shoes are messed up. You know, so that's like the bare minimum. So they come in, they have gym. You take care of their nutrition. One thing I'm happy about is the boys that came in look like the men that are playing today. So you take care of their nutrition.
They were boys.
Yeah, they were boys.
Boys to men.
That's it. So you take care of their gym, you take care of their nutrition, they have swimming, Coach Saeed is a fantastic coach. So you do all that to make sure that the player, and they also go to school, which we have Startright International School as a partner for us. You do that and you make sure you can grow the person as one. Exactly. Because when you have one part lacking, it will eventually show in the other parts. Absolutely. A player could play tennis fantastic all day, but then he can't do an interview anywhere. So
he can't communicate.
Exactly. So that's what we're really trying to bridge. That's what I will tell you. But one thing I'll let you know is tennis is exceedingly expensive. So it's something that it's not something you can do alone. You need a lot of partners. We have partner academies, impact activities over in the US. So it's a lot of things where you are able to do things together. All right? Because if one person was to fund all this, you'd go bankrupt in 1 month.
So let's really get down to your portfolio. As a general manager of Orem Tennis Academy, looking at the business aspect of it right now, I mean, what would it take to attract more sponsors, more investors, you know, more corporate organizations, I mean, into Nigerian tennis, understanding how a capital intensive sports like tennis do fall under?
Well, one thing I will tell you, I just hope the Nigerian landscape is a lot more accepting of sports in general. Because the truth is, what I do have in mind is if you can get these players out there, they wear your shirt and all, they get them out there, they play the Grand Slams, the Junior Grand Slams, they play the tournaments in the US, and they perform well. It honestly becomes a slope where all these things are coming to you. The brand deals, I want you to wear Nike now to play.
Yeah.
You know, so all these things will eventually come, but only really based on whether these players actually do really well outside. And I think that's really our focus. You have to grow them to be able to play tournaments well. And when they win, it's not just their win, it's our win. It's Nigeria's win. Absolutely. And if everybody is a lot more accepting of that and we can grow together, then honestly the deals will come.
Well, the deals have to keep coming and it has to fall like rainfall, which of course has interrupted the game in the women's singles finals. It is still the 46th CBN Senior Tennis National Open. We are live at Abuja Center Court, where we've been having it for the last 3 weeks of amazingness of tennis. And right now, it's no other than the general manager of Orem Tennis Academy. Talk about my own home man, Jean Refill Dongo, who has been getting us down to the nitty-gritty and what it means for Orem Tennis Academy to be a part of Nigeria's future when it comes to Nigerian tennis. Of course, it's been a pleasure with you, JD.
Thank you so much,
It's been a good time.
Yeah.
It's been a great time. Let's now look into the game. As a general manager, you naturally be neutral, indifferent, and of course, we want to lean to any direction. But again, let's look at it. Let's look at it. ADESUWA defeated Ikenna Prosper Okonkwo in the second round of the CBN. Last time he held 2023. 23. This time in the semifinals, Ikenna Prosper Okonkwo had to oust ADESUWA in a very, very extended match. We saw a final set. Right now, last season, EMMANUEL ousted Ikenna Prosper Okonkwo, and he's got a revenge opportunity in this final. Now, let's see you tilt your tent right now. Let's see you swing to the pendulum. Where will you be dancing to this drum?
No, I promise you, I'm right at the center.
I promise you,
I'm right at the center.
What does it have to be?
What I will tell you, which I don't even think everybody would know, is I actually did see ADESUWA beat Ikenna Okonkwo 2 years ago. All that match was also a part of the reason why we were like, oh yeah, this Ikenna guy might be one of the people that we could push. Nobody knew about him much. But on court, you could see the conduct, you could see how he is. He, win or lose, he has the same